A Golden Valley man is charged with assault after hitting a woman with a weapon in what police are calling a road rage incident. According to the criminal complaint, on Monday afternoon, a woman was stopped at a stop sign off Lilac Drive North. A vehicle in front of her was taking too long to move, so she honked. The driver of the other vehicle then followed the woman into a parking lot. The man got out of his car and told the woman he was going to teach her a lesson. The man then pulled out a metal baton and hit the woman in the knee, leg, and then tried to hit her in the head.
Something that's typically for law enforcement. So, I think she just had some bruising, but, no serious injuries, but probably more frightened than anything that, here's this man getting out of a vehicle, approaching her about something that she has no idea what's going on.
40-year-old Joseph Banks Humbutle of Golden Valley is charged with second-degree assault. If convicted, he could face up to 7 years in prison. The woman, meanwhile, has bruises on her knee and leg, but she's expected to be okay. Meanwhile, it was a close call for a Brooklyn Center police officer whose squad was almost struck trying to stop vehicles doing spin-outs in a strip mall parking lot. According to police, officers responded to a business parking lot near Xerxes and Bass Lake Road early Friday morning. When police arrived, 2 vehicles fled, almost striking a Brooklyn Center squad car. The fleeing vehicles crashed moments later. Police say approximately 7 juveniles fled the crash scene. One of them, a 14-year-old, was detained and later released to parents. Police later determined that both vehicles involved were stolen from an apartment complex on Xerxes. One of the vehicles had bullet hole damage. As of Friday afternoon, no additional arrests had been made. The Hennepin County Sheriff's Office continues to investigate an incident in which a deputy was shot at while assisting Brooklyn Center police in trying to catch possible armed burglars. According to Brooklyn Center Police, officers responded early Thursday morning to reports of armed burglars in a neighborhood in the 1100 block of 57th Avenue North. A Hennepin County Sheriff's deputy spotted a vehicle that matched the description of one used by the burglars. The deputy then attempted to stop the vehicle on I-94 when the deputy squad was struck by gunfire. The deputy was not injured, and as of Friday, no arrests had been made. The largest school district in the state is proposing boundary changes. Anoka-Hennepin officials say because of enrollment growth in Dayton, Champlin, and Blaine, change is needed. The boundary changes would impact several local elementary schools. They include Dayton, Oxbow Creek, Champlin Brooklyn Park Academy, Monroe, and Evergreen Park. Officials say there are more schools clustered in the southern part of the district and fewer schools in the northern part, where there's a significant enrollment increase.
As a result of the exploding population in those areas, it's creating pressure on the fewer schools in those areas, which is causing an impact on programming. So that has us looking at schools, elementary schools across the district.
Boundary proposal changes will be presented along with community feedback at the September 26 board meeting. The board is expected to approve the final plans at its November 21st meeting. The changes would go into effect the following school year. The employee of a New Hope bakery received some special awards over the summer. Hannah Kraft has worked at the Cake Box Bakery for the last 2 years, and as Delane Cleveland reports, Hannah has an important message about inclusion.
I really want all of the dishes to be washed and with soap on it.
2 days a week.
It always helps me to be calm.
You'll find Hannah Kraft in the kitchen of New Hope's Cake Box Bakery, doing her part to help this place run smoothly.
I do everything here. I do wash dishes. I taste test some baked products.
I'm just putting a edging on it.
If you talk to the owner of Cake Box,
Very happy person to have around.
And I got cake on my hands.
she'll tell you that Hannah brings a sense of passion and enthusiasm to the workplace.
She loves her job and we love having her around, so it works both ways.
It's only fitting that a business built around cake decorating would also have a decorated athlete working among them.
I just feel humbled having her work here.
You see, Hannah was part of the Minnesota contingent that competed in this year's Special Olympics USA Games in Orlando.
I'm really driven and focused. I'm really committed in sporting events.
So committed that she took home 3 medals for track and field events.
I was in tears of happiness because of that.
Well, Hannah, we wonder if we could get a picture with you.
Earlier this week,
I will love one.
officers from the New Hope Police Department paid Hannah a surprise visit to congratulate her on her accomplishments. events.
We understand that you are an absolute champion.
Well-deserved recognition after months of dedication and hard work.
Well, Special Olympics means everything to me. It's about inclusion for other teams.
It's a message she plans to share every year when she competes in future Special Olympics events.
Flip it over on your hand. There you go. Perfect.
But in the meantime, she has work to do at the bakery.
Flipping the cakes.
I love having her here.
In New Hope, Delane Cleveland, CCX News.
Elim Lutheran Church in Robbinsdale is celebrating a very special occasion this weekend. The congregation at Elim Lutheran Church is celebrating its 100th anniversary. Elim Lutheran has held hundreds of weddings, funerals, confirmations, and baptisms over the years. Church members are organizing a reunion this upcoming Sunday to celebrate its place in the community.
I'm hoping that people come and just help us celebrate and enjoy some food. Maybe they'll see somebody they used to know way back when, maybe they went to high school with, or a friend of a mother, or Cub Scouts. We had a Troop 141 that's continued for years and years, and we have a display over there of that. Maybe they did Cub Scouts at this church. I want them to get together and just reunion together. It is a reunion.
Volunteers like Dory have been working on a display from the church archives that you'll be able to see starting Sunday. There will also be a pancake breakfast and bluegrass quartet performance for all to enjoy.
Maple Grove and Armstrong should be two of the better teams in Northwest Suburban Conference girls swimming this fall. It was a full house in Plymouth Thursday night to watch the two square off.
A good meet between the Crimson and the Falcons at Plymouth Middle School. First varsity race, the 200-yard medley relay, and the Maple Grove team of Morgan Thompson, Libby Backer, Madeline Hetland, and Charlotte Woods win the race by 0.3 of a second with a time of 1 minute 55.70 seconds. 200 freestyle, close race, top of your screen. It's Armstrong 8th grader Mackenzie Woods earning the win in 2:10.76, 6/100ths of a second ahead of teammate Amanda Highland, with Sarah Call of Maple Grove placing third. 200-yard individual medley. Lucia Freed of Armstrong is way out in front. She takes first with a time of 2 minutes 18.82 seconds, 9 seconds ahead of her teammate Joy Van Larhoven. 50 free, and as usual in this race, a tight one. Bottom of the screen is Olivia Keene of Armstrong winning in 26.19 seconds. Maple Grove's Morgan Thompson is second. Ella Cooley of Armstrong third. Keene later won the 100-yard breaststroke. 100-yard butterfly. Van Larhoven of Armstrong swims to the win. She takes first place with a time of 1 minute 4.72 seconds. 100 free. Backer of Maple Grove takes first place with her winning time of 54.26 seconds. Armstrong, however, goes on to win the meet by a score of 97-88.
Cooper's move into the Tri-Metro Conference this fall means some new opponents. The Hawks met up with Brooklyn Center in boys soccer Thursday. Jay Wilcox has the highlights.
Cooper on the road to take on Brooklyn Center in Tri-Metro Conference boys soccer. Brooklyn Center's first good chance goes in as Eduardo Romero sets up Abel Gonzalez for the goal as the underdog Centaurs take a 1-0 lead. Freshman goalkeeper Joseph Darame makes some big stops as despite a lot of Cooper chances, it stays 1-0 BC at halftime. But they can't hold off the Hawks. Jesper Flomo slips the pass to Francisco Torres Gomez Eagle for the tap-in to tie it up 1-1. Then he delivers a great corner kick, and Flomo is in great position to put it away as Cooper's relentless pressure pays off for a 2-1 lead. The Centaurs can't clear it here, and it leads to another goal for Flomo as Cooper wins for the second time this season, beating Brooklyn Center 4-1. Jay Wilcox, CCX Sports.
It's that time of year when a lot of anglers put away their fishing gear for the season. Not so fast, says Terry Tuma in today's CCX Fishing Tip.
This takes us to the final episode right here on CCX Media of fall fishing. Fall is an opportunity to catch many fish, and quantity of fish, especially your bass, walleyes, sunfish, and crappies. It's a time frame, what we will call the late fall or early fall pattern. These fish are going to be extremely aggressive. There's an ample food source out there using different methods of catching these fish. And the reason being that there's one is, of course, as I mentioned, the ample food sources, but there's less fishing pressure and less boating pressure. A lot of these fish are going to be up shallower, especially at the beginning part of the season. But here again, too, as with any, use your electronics to mark the species you're pursuing, and you can have unbelievable fishing. Now, as I mentioned, this is the last episode, but join us right here again on CCX Media for our ice fishing series. And we'll have a lot of new tips talking about ice fishing for all different species. Have a great fall, catch a lot of fish, take a kid fishing, and release some of those fish.
Thanks, Terry. And be sure to watch CCX for Wayzata St. Michael Albertville football Friday night at 7 p.m., replaying at 10 p.m., and Cooper versus Armstrong football Saturday afternoon at 1:30 and playing again Saturday night at 10. That's all for sports. More at CCX News after this.
Find more prep sports games and highlights at ccxmedia.org and follow us on social media.